Red VTV here after the pre-season friendly against Leigh, after a 24-20 victory. Cold night in front of just over 3,000 fans. Graham Cunliffe, who's going to be one of the presenters on WA12 Radio Rugby League show, starting on Monday evening, 6 till 8. There you go, a little plug.
Very well, thank you very much.
What did you make of that this evening?
Well, good evening everyone. It was a typical pre-season friendly. Nobody really wants to get hurt. Nobody's risking too much, but it's promising things really, I thought
Ben Barber, first half.
Well, very classy player.
Yeah.
And he's got that sort of that little surge in his run, a little change of pace, which makes all the difference, gets him into the gap.
There was a couple of moments in the first half. He stands out, and especially after a full pre-season behind him, he seemed to look really sharp.
He looked very fit and very sleek, and I thought he's going to have a really good season if he keeps fit. And one of the things that I think you can tell with the defenders, they just stand off a little bit. Because as soon as he gets the ball, they're not quite sure what he's going to do. And he scored a lovely try tonight where it was some sort of a dummy or a flick.
Yeah, the first one he scored when he put the brakes on and went round his man, and then the second one where I think Smith passed it out the back and he juggled it, and then he still was able to gather and go round two men. And there's probably not going to be many players in Super League who'll be able to do that.
No, the crowd went the wrong way, I think, when he got that one.
A little bit of a scare in the second half when he went off. He seemed to pull up just after Leigh scored the first try of the second half, but he's going to be all right.
I think he walked okay. He wasn't really shaking his head or anything. He just sort of went off and I think he got a coat on. He looked all right to me.
Justin Holbrook this evening. It looks like he's going to go with Lomax and Smith as his 6 and 7.
That was the starting half-backs. I wasn't particularly impressed, to be fair, in the first half. I thought the kicking game was a bit poor, and I didn't see much pace at all there.
Yeah, Danny Richardson got introduced in the second half and seems to put a decent effort in.
He's younger. He's a lot younger. He's clearly got a bit of pace, and when he gets in a bit of space, he goes. He's got to pick his passes a little bit.
Yeah, he threw a shocker of a one when he did throw his first one.
But he's going to have to try things.
Is it a case of Justin Holbrook's just going to go with the experience next week? And
I think he'll start with the experience and see how it goes.
I think what he started with first half is probably what's going to be his lineup for next week.
Yeah.
What do you think, Regan Grace or Adam Swift? I think they both got 40 minutes this evening.
It's our choice. I think I'll stick with Grace personally. On his performance, some of his performances last year, I think Swift is clearly keen to get back into things. He didn't drop any ball tonight, I think, which was nice.
No. Anything else really stand out? It was just, for me, it was just a run-of-the-mill.
I think we didn't want to get hurt. I mean, we've had a couple of pre-season games where players have got injured, which has upset the whole
Matty
thing.
Smith last season, wasn't it?
Matty Smith last season.
I think you could see tonight from Leigh's performance that they're probably a little bit ahead of us in terms of match fitness.
I thought that.
For like a lot of our players, it was the first game. Obviously, Leigh battle-hardened after the 22-14 defeat at Wigan at the weekend.
Yeah, I thought they looked tough. They'll certainly bounce back straight up, in my view. I think they won't have much trouble.
I think they look easily the strongest team that's going to be in the Championship. I think Toronto may have been looking to push them a little bit, but then the loss of the three forwards over the last couple of weeks and will probably damage them a little bit. So I think apparently Leigh is spending close to cap as well, so they should be the favourites to come back up.
I'm not surprised. They look very solid in the middle, and I think the addition of Jordan Thompson looked very good, very competent. A couple of big props there, a couple of good young lads coming through, and they've got some decent backs with Crooks and Hall, very experienced. And Jack Owen scored tonight.
It was a nap, wasn't it?
Exactly. I wish I would have bet on that one.
Yeah, I said on the preview the other day that I thought Jack Owens was going to be first try scorer. It was just a nap he was going to score.
Yeah.
Kieran Cunningham had done well up for it this evening.
He's got the well drill, there's no doubt about that. There'll be
to
a
be
well
fair,
drill
as a
team.
pre-season test for us before next week, that's a pretty decent, useful run out for us.
I think
blow
it
the
is.
cobwebs away a little bit.
I was a little bit worried. I thought we'd have a few hit-ups there, and I thought there'd be a bit of niggle in it, but it wasn't. It was a fair game, and I think everybody played pretty competently.
Right, so we move on to Castleford next week.
Well, who knows? Who knows who's at what stage of fitness?
Yeah,
I'm hoping we're fully trimmed by then, but
hopefully Ben Barber I think it was precaution, so he'll be back next week.
He looks very good.
What would you take next week? Any sort of any victory at all? It's just, I don't think
I'd take any victory.
I think at this point, performance isn't the most important thing. It's results and getting off to a good start. I think
it is. But
with the first couple of games coming up, it's Castleford first up, then Catalan away, and then Huddersfield away, which isn't an easy game either.
It's not an easy start. I think it could either be 6-5, 6-4 or 27-28
yeah,
next week. You never know, do you?
If it was Leeds last season, if we won 6-4 the opening game, you take that again.
I'd take a
big
win.
test for us.
I'd take a win. I think they'll struggle a little bit to start with without Hardaker, because he's a major part of their attack.
Yeah, I think they struggled obviously at the end of the season. I think that's probably what maybe was the downfall in the grand final for them. So it'll be interesting to see how they've adapted over the off season.
They've got a smart coach who gets the best out of his players, and he sort of polishes the diamonds, doesn't he?
He does.
So I think it'll be a great game.
Yeah, it should be a good
great
spectacle
start to the season.
Right, so Monday night.
Yep.
WA12 Radio, WA12radio.net.
That's the one. Yeah.
So it's the WA12 Rugby League show, and I think you'll be able to listen to it back later in the week if you don't manage to listen to it live. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, it's on the internet, and then you can pick up the podcast later.
Okay, thank you very much.
Cheers.
We will
everyone.
see you next week on Red TV. We'll probably do a pre-match preview during the week, and then outside the Cunningham statue.
There he is.
As always, for post-match reaction, if you want to join us after cast for next week.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.